Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 31 of 40 Seconds News, where this video is actually 60 seconds, because it's 20 seconds of bull, 40 seconds of news. And then this is why we fight it so, because in the long battle against the people who want to take all our we must celebrate our wins while keeping our eyes on the prize and not falling for the platitudes that give us a false sense of security. We must remember that this boulder is still being pushed uphill, and it's a marathon, not a sprint. So we must keep our foot on the gas to get a good head of steam and keep our wave to find our stride, to protect our grassroots bottom up. Baraka! Gotcha. Which is what f***ing badass Georgia Representative Hank Johnson is saying to corrupt judges who try to escape investigation into their actions by resigning or retiring. But ain't no getting away from that Hank, bitch. So best beware, judges, if this passes. If Hank's on your tank, you finna get the... But there are some good judges out there, like this one guy. And I do only mean this one guy. The only person I've seen so far in this country deserving of the title Honorable, Judge Jeffrey Crawford, who ordered the return of 2 social activist college students from detention in Louisiana to detention in the Northeast. Because up here, everything's been about the weather. One of those students from Mesa Oster's case was appealed, keeping her in Louisiana, but the other student, Mohsen Modawi, was transferred to Vermont and later released because there was no reason he was detained in the first place, just like her. But one's out, and Ramesh is going to be coming home soon too. So stay strong, my sister. This is why we fight. Which is what the veteran said right before he was kicked out of his house, because the VA is actively working to unhouse, or de-resident, if you will, tens of thousands of veterans by closing a mortgage rescue program that's helped tens of thousands of other vets keep their homes despite being unable to pay. And I get it, I'm right there with you, VA. All these people did was risk life and limb for a country that never deserved that level of commitment from them in the first place. But what do they deserve? A roof? Like, let's just set all their shit on fire. F*** it. Which I hope nobody said on May 1st, because that was May Day, when also known as International Workers' Day, where across the world, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, marched in solidarity, protesting the war on working people, which is just... That's a bar right there. Somebody take that. No, not you. Co-opted ass. I'm not gonna lie. We need more specific targets than this, though. Like, it's cool we show we got heads, we mad, but what do we expect to happen next? Like, who do we expect to make the next moves? I guess the question is, who is on the chopping block? Because this is the energy that's going to get us there. This is what I'm saying. Anthony Edwards energy. Black Air Force energy. We just need to put it in the right direction. This is why we fight. Which Russia is apparently trying to stop saying, asking for a 3-day ceasefire to celebrate the 80th anniversary of their win over Nazi Germany in World War II. Which I get. Apparently, they're not that easy to beat anymore. But Ukraine said, I'll raise you 3 weeks, and how about we not make it all about you? Which I think was a direct quote from our president, because the New York Times reported that the Trump administration had told its senior diplomats in Vietnam not to take part in events related to the 50th anniversary of the end of the Vietnam War. Do you realize that was a 20-year-long war? And that we shouldn't have been a part of it? Like, we ain't gonna send one person to the 50-year anniversary? Don't we got 300 million people? All right, whatever. This is why we fight. Because they don't want to not fight. They don't want to get along. They don't want to share. And that's the whole point. So the best we can do right now is to constantly get in the way. Disagree with this, and that, and this, and that. Shout down these underprepared, undercurious lackeys that unquestionably carry out the administration's dirty work to curry favor with a crazy 80-year-old, underhugged, creepy, lumbering daddy's boy with a shitty tan. They don't know what they're doing. They don't understand economics. They don't understand education. They don't understand health. Hell, they don't even understand policing, and that's the only thing they want to do. So get in the way whenever you can, and for the love of God, if there's ever an inclination of an interpretation of a speck of a wick of a hint that your rights were violated, violation of your rights, then sue these niggas, man. Sue!